Thank you for visiting our channel. Please like, share and subscribe for more exciting food videos. The ultimate guide to croissants, history, craft, and how to enjoy them. Is there a pastry more iconic than the croissant? Buttery, golden, and impossibly flaky, it's a masterpiece that represents French culinary tradition at its finest. Loved worldwide, the croissant strikes the perfect balance between rich texture and delicate flavor. Whether paired with coffee at a Parisian cafe or enjoyed fresh from the oven at home, this pastry has become a universal symbol of indulgence. But what makes it so special, and how did it earn its spot as a global favorite? Let's explore. The origins of the croissant. The croissant is undeniably French, but its story begins further east. Its transformation from a humble baked good to the world-famous pastry we know today is steeped in history, culinary tradition, and even a little myth. Let's unpack how the croissant came to be. Austrian roots in the Kipferl. Before the croissant graced Parisian cafes, it had an early ancestor, the Kipferl, a crescent-shaped pastry from Austria. Kipferls appeared centuries ago, long before the golden, buttery layers of the croissant were ever imagined. Unlike today's airy croissant, Kipferls were simpler, denser pastries made with less butter and more of a bread-like texture. The story takes a significant turn in the late 1600s when Austrian influence began spreading through Europe. In 1683, Vienna was under siege by the Ottoman Empire. After a hard-fought victory, legend has it that bakers commemorated their triumph with a crescent-shaped pastry, representing the crescent seen on the Ottoman flag. This sense of symbolism turned the Kipferl into more than a simple snack. It became a historical marker. Fast forward to the 18th century, Austrian pastry culture found its way to France when Marie Antoinette, the Austrian-born Queen of France, introduced her love of the Kipferl to her new home. From there, French bakers saw an opportunity to take this modest pastry and make it their own. The French transformation. In France, something magical happened. The Kipferl evolved into the modern croissant, a delicate masterpiece of culinary innovation. French bakers began using buttery, laminated dough, a technique that involves folding layers of butter into the dough, creating the pastry's iconic flakiness. By the mid-19th century, the croissant became firmly rooted in French culture. Recipes for laminated dough appeared in cookbooks, and croissants were soon sold in boulangeries across Paris. French chefs perfected every detail, transforming the once simple pastry into a buttery, flaky work of art. What sets the French croissant apart? The key lies in technique and ingredients. French bakers brought precision to their craft with high-quality butter, precise measurements, and careful attention to detail. The result? A pastry that isn't just food, it's an experience. By the 20th century, the croissant had become more than just a breakfast option. It was a symbol of French gastronomy, celebrated worldwide for its rich flavor and unparalleled texture. Legends and myths about the croissant. The croissant's origins are not just steeped in history but in captivating legends. One of the most popular tales ties the croissant to the 17th century Battle of Vienna. According to this story, Austrian bakers were working through the night when they heard Ottoman soldiers tunneling into the city. By alerting the city's defenses, the bakers supposedly saved Vienna. As a tribute, they baked pastries in the shape of the Crescent Moon on the Ottoman flag. Another myth suggests that the croissant was created to mock the Ottomans. Eating a crescent-shaped pastry meant symbolically devouring the enemy. Whether true or not, these stories add a layer of intrigue to the pastry's history. Interestingly, some believe the croissant's shape also has ties to astrology or religious symbolism. The crescent moon has long been a powerful image in art and culture, which could explain why such shapes were popular. While the exact truth behind these legends may never be fully known, they reflect the croissant's unique ability to tell a story through every flaky, buttery bite. What makes a croissant unique? What is it about the croissant that makes it so unforgettable? From the first buttery bite to the last tender crumb, this French pastry offers an unmatched sensory experience. Its charm lies in the way it pairs artistry with science, creating layers of flavor and texture that are hard to replicate. Let's break down the elements that set the croissant apart. The buttery layers. At the heart of the croissant's appeal is its laminated dough. This process requires rolling and folding butter into the dough repeatedly, creating dozens of ultra-thin layers. When baked, steam gets trapped between those layers, puffing up the dough and giving the croissant its distinctive flaky texture. Each fold must be precise. Too much pressure can ruin the lamination, and too little won't fuse the butter and dough properly. Think of it like creating a stack of paper-thin sheets, where each one contributes to the overall structure. The result? A pastry that's crisp on the outside and impossibly tender inside. But let's not forget the butter itself. Traditional French croissants rely on high-quality, European-style butter, which has a higher fat content and lower moisture than standard butter. This is key to achieving that rich, melt-in-your-mouth flavor that sets a croissant apart from other pastries. That's it for part 1. We've explored the history and the craftsmanship behind croissants. Stay tuned for part 2, where we'll break down how to make them yourself and enjoy them like a true croissant connoisseur. See you soon. Thank you for watching. Please remember to like, share and subscribe.